Assalamu alaikum everybody. I have come back after quite a long hiatus with a muchly requested video on aloo parathas. So if we start with the ingredients here I've got the dough mixture which I've already done and left to rest. There is 1 cup of medium atta, elephant atta flour mixed with 1 cup of plain flour, 2 tablespoons of sunflower oil, a pinch of salt, and 150 ml excuse me, approximately of lukewarm water. And then what I've done is I've just mixed that, left it in a bowl. I've oiled the bowl, and then I've just left that to rest overnight. And then what I've got here is I've got 3 large potatoes. All I've done is I've put them into a pan of boiling water and I've let them boil for an hour, so they're really soft, and all you do is just peel the skin, and then that just makes sure that you've got quite a dry potato, as opposed to a very soggy potato, and it will make for a better filling. And then here I have got the spices which I will be putting into the aloo parathas. So that's 1 teaspoon of chilli powder, that's 1/4 teaspoon of turmeric powder, 1 teaspoon of coriander or dhania powder, 1 teaspoon of cumin powder. This is a heaped teaspoon. All of the others are leveled. This is a heaped teaspoon of onion powder, but you can use finely chopped onions. This is 1 teaspoon of garlic powder. That's 1/4 teaspoon of ginger powder. You can substitute these for fresh garlic and ginger. It's just I've got these and it just makes life a lot easier. I've got 1 teaspoon of amchoor powder, and I've got here, it's a heaped tablespoon of salt, but just add salt to your taste. And then I've got here 3 finely chopped green chillies and a handful of finely chopped coriander. And then obviously you need some extra flour. You can use plain or atta. I'm using the atta here. And then here, for frying the parathas, what I've got is I've just mixed some salted butter with some oil, and I melted that in the microwave to get this mixture, and I'll be using that for frying the parathas, and I'll just be back. Guys, so what you want to do is just put all the ingredients together into a bowl with the potatoes, and then just using your fingers you want to mash that up really well. Try to make sure that there's no lumps in this potato mixture, because if you've got lumps then you won't really get any smooth parathas. It's fine if you're making thick stuffed parathas, but I like mine really thin, so if you've got lumps in there, yeah, the paratha obviously rips whilst you're rolling it out. And also what I've noticed is when you're using chopped onions, obviously the parathas rip out then as well, so try and chop them as finely as you can, or like I'm using here, to get the onion flavour just use the powder. Or alternatively, what I found is really good, if you make an aloo bhaji, where the onions have been softened and then the potatoes are really soft as well, you can substitute, like say 1 potato and then add like the same amount of aloo bhaji mixture, and then use that to do your filling, and obviously just add extra spices to your suiting, and that makes for a really good paratha mixture. So after I've done this I'll come back. Okay, so guys, what I've done, I've divided the dough mixture into 8, and I've just put them back into the bowl that they were in, so that it stops, and covered them with the cling film so that it stops it from drying out. And then what I've done is I've taken a dough ball here, and I'm just making like a little bowl, if you will, like if you were playing with Play-Doh or clay or something. And so it's just a little bowl that you've got, and then in that I'm going to put the potato mixture. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to fold that over. Already got one on the pan here, just to see if they worked, a practice run. And then what you want to do, just grab all the edges and meet in the middle, and then just fold it over and roll that round into a nice smooth ball I mean. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to dust that in some flour, and using your hands just lightly press on that until you've got a flat disc. Now what I've found is that it does kind of go into a nice round shape when you do this, but also that the mixture is evenly distributed. Flip this over. Right, so just continue doing that with your hands. And then you can use your rolling pin. So I've just dusted that liberally because I don't want anything sticking. Because my flour, is another flour dough, and my mixture is quite soft, so I don't want it sticking to the counter. And then just roll it out. Now obviously if you can make perfect circles, by all means, but if your chapatis are more like the map of Bangladesh, then that's fine too. Now roll that to as thin as you want it to go. I really like thin parathas, so that's what I'll be doing. Okay, so I've rolled this out now to, well, it's about 2-3 millimeters thickness, and I'm just helping it along with my fingers again. And then what you want to do is have a tawa on really hot heat, and then just place it on the tawa. Okay, now cook that on high heat for a couple of seconds until you start getting a browny colour just here, which means that it's started to cook. And then flip that over. As you can tell, it's nicely cooked so far. And you want to keep an eye on this because you don't want it to burn on either side. If it's on a high heat, obviously you'll get the brown spots really quickly, but you don't want it to burn, so just keep an eye out. Just going to flip it over one more time. Okay, and what I'm going to do at this point is, using that butter and oil mixture from earlier, I'm just going to put some over, and using a brush, I'm just going to brush that on. Obviously if you're health conscious you can use none at all, it will just be a slightly more dry paratha. And then I'm just going to flip that over again. And then just press on that lightly for a few more seconds before brushing on from this side. And then flipping it over again. Now what I would do, because I am a butter fiend, is I would put some butter on now before putting it into a bowl, just to keep warm until we want to eat it. Of course you can make this fresh, except I'm waiting for my husband to wake up and then I can feed him. So just going to fold this in half. Now this is how nice does that look, okay? And then just put it into a bowl. And that's it, move on to your next one. I hope that helps you guys. I will put a picture on at the end of this video just for you to see what the paratha looks like close up. And yeah, I hope you enjoy. Subscribe, thumbs up, follow me on Instagram or Facebook. Yeah, and Assalamu alaikum. Okay, as you can see guys, the parathas are all finished, and just to show you what the texture is like, they're really soft, and will probably break apart really easily, but this is how I like them, thin. And yeah, I hope you enjoy guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.